What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing home the bacon, MLB DFS video. It is Saturday edition. We have MLB today. We have NASCAR tonight. We have MMA tonight. We have a lot of things. It's college football week 0. Depending on when you watch this video, it's probably already started. But we are back with another video. If you've never been here before, hopefully you're in for a treat. We're going to go through both slates. So we have an early slate and a main slate. There's a few games in between that we can't play on these slates. We're going to cover it all. We also have giveaways. So if you are new to the channel, you got to be a subscriber to be into the giveaways. I've been hearing that a couple of people have been having trouble signing up on FTA+. So if you are trying to sign up and it's not allowing you, please email me, dfshelp1@gmail.com. That's dfshelp1@gmail.com. And we will get you set up, whether or not it's CashApp, Venmo, PayPal, through the website, whichever it is. Let us know if you're having any trouble. That being said, 2 giveaways every single day. You guys know the drill. So we are going to go through it. If you are new to the channel, if this video gets at least 50 likes, you are a subscriber and you've left a comment, you will have a chance to win a free week of FTA+. 100 likes on the video, a chance at a free month. 150 likes, a chance at a $200 free year. 200 or more likes on any video, a chance at a $500 lifetime pass. And also, we're about 150 subscribers away of 10,000 here on YouTube. Once we hit that mark, we are going to have a giveaway of a lifetime pass. But if we can get that before the start of the NFL season, which is 12 days away, we will give away 2 lifetime passes. So we are going to see who the winners or winner is from yesterday's video. Now, we'll run it the first time just because it had a minimum of 50 likes. The second time will be a keyword. So we have a keyword somewhere in the video. All you got to do is type that keyword. If that is in the comment that is chosen, you will win a free week, and you have a chance to win both times. We've had that happen multiple times now. So, Mean Cantaf 17, congratulations. All I need you to do is let me know you saw this, then email me, dfshelp1@gmail.com, and tell me your username on the website. If you don't have one, let me know a username and email you would like, and we will get you set up for that free week. Now, the keyword yesterday was Alani, but we are going to re-roll this, but this has a chance to have this comment, redo it, and it'll be the same one. So let's see who the winner is. There you go, Alan Nilsson. Congratulations to both of you. Both of you win a free week of FTA+. All you got to do is email me, and we will get you set up. Now, our sponsor is Outlier.bet. Obviously, we love what they bring to the table. If you want to see these insights, it's on the website. Go check them out on their app on the iOS store, or they are building an app for Android. But as of now, if you go to the website in your browser on your Android phone, it looks exactly like the app. So it's exactly what we see here. It's got the popular bets. You got their NFL is starting to roll in. We're very excited. In college football is obviously here. MLB is here, and WNBA is back. But we will soon be into NBA. That will be followed by NHL and college basketball as well. So the website is FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. If you have questions, let us know down below. But yeah, we have a Discord. All the links are in the description of this video, and we really want to get you guys involved in the Discord. I think we have 300 plus members in the Discord, 30 to 50 online at any given time. We give core plays out there. We give advice out there. People put their comments and their lineups there as well. So we've got some great pitching matchups today. So at the end of the video, let me know your thoughts overall for the slate. So we have this early slate, which consists of 5 games. Then we have a main slate, which consists of 7. Let's get right into it. First game on this main slate, and just looking, weather is not a concern. I don't think rain is going to be a factor at all. So we got Houston at Baltimore. We've got Framber Valdez versus Albert Suarez. Now, Valdez on the road, we look at this. These past 2 games, I mean, the matchups have not been the most hardest of matchups that he's had. He dominated the White Sox, dominated Tampa Bay. Good. I mean, he's had some really good starts in a row. There's a reason he's 9,700. That's kind of what I'm looking at. He's got a good matchup here. He's already faced Baltimore once this year. 7 innings, 1 earned run, 7 Ks. So the way Baltimore's been going, like, it's so like they did come back and win that game. They were down big, and they came back in the 8th inning or 9th inning to win the game. So Jordan was out that game. I don't know if he's going to be in this game or not. That is definitely something we'll look at. But I love Valdez here. And then Suarez coming in, 25.3. He's had 3 straight starts in a row that have been good. He did have one game against the Astros this year, 5 innings, 5 earned runs, and only 3 Ks. So probably not the best matchup for him. I will be using Valdez. Baltimore bats, the ones that have had success, Mountcastle's batting .417 with a home run. Rushman has 1 home run against him, batting .400. Anthony Santander with 1 home run, batting .364. I'm okay with those guys. But Houston bats against Suarez. Jose Altuve's been on fire. Yonder Diaz is one I'd look at. I don't know if Jordan's going to be in there because they scratched him late with neck discomfort. Don't know if it's a big thing. Don't know if they're going to hold him out the weekend. We'll kind of see, depending if the news has come out already. It has not yet, but when you watch this video, it may have. So if he is in, I love him there. But then again, hopefully he doesn't go in. We pay a lot for him, and then he gets pulled because his neck hurts. So still looking at Diaz. I'm still looking at Whitcomb. Obviously, Altuve's always up there with me. Bregman has 14 bombs, batting .276 against right-handed pitching. I do not want Suarez. I know he's had some good games, but if I'm taking pitching in this one, it's Valdez and the Astros bats over Suarez and Baltimore bats today. Then we move to Milwaukee at Oakland. We've got Colin Ray versus Joe Boyle. So Colin Ray coming in, 3.53 ERA, 27.4 fantasy points there. Good game against Cleveland. They are a very good hitting team. Did not do well against the Dodgers. Did well against Atlanta. Splits-wise, he has not faced Oakland this year. Now, it is a massive ballpark. It's a pitcher's ballpark. On the road, he's actually got a better ERA on the road. He's 6,800. He allows us to do a lot of things today, especially on an early slate when it's kind of this expensive with other pitching that we want to go with. So I do not mind Colin Ray. Now, we have used Oakland quite a bit lately. So they're always in play recently for whatever reason. No one's faced Colin Ray in his career. If we are looking at Oakland bats, it's Seth Brown with 10 bombs. It's Brent Rooker with 20 bombs. Lawrence Butler has been on fire for us. He's got 12 home runs. Giloff, 13 home runs, and Langoliers, 17 bombs, batting .229. So I do not mind them, but I'm probably going with Colin Ray just because of the matchup, the ballpark, and his price right now. And then Joe Boyle coming in, 6,200, 6.21 ERA, is coming off a really good game here against Tampa Bay. And then against Milwaukee, he has not faced Milwaukee this year. But I'm probably looking at Milwaukee bats in this one. I like William Contreras with 15 bombs. Willie Adames batting .265 against right-handed pitching with 20 bombs. Rhys Hoskins has 15 home runs. Jackson Chourio has 14 home runs. Like, there are other ways to go. Again, it's a Saturday, so we kind of got to figure out who's going to be in there. So let's wait for the lineups to come out. But I'm kind of looking at Colin Ray. I'm looking at Milwaukee bats. I want nothing to do with Oakland, and I really don't want anything to do with Joe Boyle at this moment. So moving into the next game, Arizona at Boston. We saw Ryan Nelson had a really good game yesterday. Boston comes in. They strike out a lot. Part of pitches be crazy. On this slate, they strike out the second most out of any team that we can play today, DFS-wise anyway. Zach Gallen comes in, 3.85 ERA. Has not faced Boston this year. Pitching on the road. Does have a worse ERA on the road. Game logs, 3 straight. Like, he has not been good. It's been a few starts since he's been decent. That's the problem. I don't know if I trust him in DFS. Maybe in sports betting, whatever his bets are for strikeouts, I would not mind him there. Cutter Crawford's kind of the same thing. He did really well to start the season. If we look into them, started off pretty strong, started to fade, came back, and has faded. Really hasn't gotten the fantasy points that we need, especially at his price of 7,000 plus. 4.25 ERA is a kind of a high ERA there, especially against an Arizona team that they're scrappy and they can hit. So looking at this, I'm probably not taking either pitcher. I'd rather look at the bats here. I feel more comfortable about the bats than anything else in this game. Arizona bats against Crawford. No one's really had success, but against right-handed pitching this year, Jock Peterson with 19 bombs, Josh Bell with 12, Eugenio Suarez, who had a monster grand slam yesterday with 14 bombs, Corbin Carroll with 10 home runs. He's always a threat to steal bases as well. We can look at that. And then some cheaper options, maybe a Lourdes Gurriel Jr. with 10 bombs, maybe a Pavin Smith with 2 home runs, batting .259. I don't know if Smith will be in there or not, but For this game, I am not looking at pitching. And then Boston bats against Gallen. None have really had success, but if we're taking Boston bats against right-handed pitching, obviously Devers batting .318 with 23 bombs, Rafaela with 10 bombs. You got Wilyer Abreu batting .284 with 13 home runs. You got Jarren Duran, 308 batting average, 14 bombs. Yoshida batting .327 with 7 home runs. Even Tyler O'Neill, who normally we take against lefties, against righties this year, batting .242, but has 13 bombs as well. So I'm probably fading pitching in this one just like we faded yesterday, and I would look at bats. I like bats on both sides. I'm not taking the pitching whatsoever. Then Cubs at Miami is the next. You got Amanaga versus Ballozo. 3.11 ERA for Amanaga. Game log-wise, for his price, he did not really do well. I mean, he only went 5 innings against Toronto, only gave up 1 earned run. They lost that game 1-0. 6 strikeouts, 1 walk, but only had 18.3 fantasy points. When you're paying $9,400 or damn near $10,000, you have to have at least 25 fantasy points on DraftKings, 35 to 40 plus on Fanduel, and I don't know if he gets there. He's already faced them once this year, though. One start, got the dub, 6 innings, 3 runs, only 2 of them earned with 5 strikeouts. He had 20.5 fantasy points. That price, let's see what his price was against Miami. I'm curious if he hit the value that it would be needed. He was $9,400, so he's even more expensive. Honestly, we know what he's capable of. We've seen him do very well. I don't know about this price. That's what scares me off of him a little bit. Miami, obviously, facing them last time. Where was it at? 420. Yeah, they traded a lot of people, but you can see he had a okay game, bad game, good game, middle of the game, bad game. Like, he's kind of been on a roller coaster lately, and that's a little bit scary at his price. And Valente here, game log wise, some good starts, not the best against the Mets. 5.1 innings, only 2 earned runs, but walks were 2, 4 fantasy points. Has not faced the Cubs this year. When he's pitching at home, he does have a 4.22 ERA. So I'm probably avoiding, I don't know how much I'll even play this early slate, but I'm probably avoiding both bats in this one and both pitchers and looking at maybe the bats. So if I were to look at Miami bats, maybe Norby. Obviously, Jake Berger is always on our mind when we're trying to stack Miami to these days. Christian Pache's there. Derek Hill is there. I mean, there's not a ton. Xavier Edwards, Jake Berger, Norby. Like, I don't love a Miami stack. In that essence, we could maybe look at Amanaga just a little bit because this lineup that Marlins throw out there, AAA, AA at best. Cubs bats that I would look at, they don't hit righties very well. We could look at Suzuki batting .275 with 13 bombs. Paredes has 13 bombs. Michael Busch has 15 bombs. Miguel Amaya hits righties better. 6 home runs, .246 batting average. I'm okay with those. I don't know if I'll play much of this game, though. And then San Francisco at Seattle. Seattle strikes out the most out of any team. And we look at this. Blake Snell has been on an absolute tear with strikeouts. We mentioned this before. Okay, his fantasy points have been nuts. He has the best matchup of any pitcher today. He is expensive, but if I'm looking overall at pitchers, I'm taking Snell over Amanaga. So I would look at Snell. I would look at... You could look at George Kirby. So we look at Kirby, 19.9 fantasy points. Against San Francisco this year, he has not faced them when he's pitching at home. He does have a better ERA. I think this could be a low-scoring game with the Mariners offense doing what they've done. They fired their manager. Maybe there's not a lot of offense that comes out of here. So I don't mind Blake Snell whatsoever. I just know that I'm not using Suarez or Boyle or Crawford or Gallen in this early slate. And that's the early slate done. Now we've got a main slate of 7 games that we can look at. Great pitching here as well. You've got Tariq Skubal going up against the White Sox. We love this matchup here. He's already faced them once this year. 6 innings pitched, 6 Ks, 27.7 fantasy points. Obviously, we'd like to get 30 plus out of him. I would not be surprised if he dominates here. Obviously, the Yankees are a better hitting team. They won that game against the Yankees. He did issue 4 walks, which was a lot of walks. But he's got a great matchup. Against the Mariners, he struck out 9. Seattle twice, back-to-back 9, then back-to-back 8s. Like, I wouldn't be surprised 7+ strikeouts out of him. I love this matchup for him. Then, White Sox, I'm not looking at Kai Busch. Not really looking at the offense in this one. Overall, if we want to just look at the pitching in this main slate, I'm probably avoiding Kai Busch. I'm probably avoiding John Gray, Ben Lively. I'm looking at Jake Irvin because Atlanta strikes out more. Clayton Kershaw, I don't mind Clayton Kershaw because Tampa Bay's not the best. They strike out the 4th most out of all games we can play today. Game logs, they've dropped his price down a little bit. He's gone, one time he's gone over 6 innings. That's the only problem with Kershaw. I don't know if I would be comfortable looking at. If he was 8,000 plus, I'd probably off of him a little bit. I don't mind Kershaw here. So this main slate that we're looking at, I love Skubal here. I love Michael King. Michael King's been on fire lately. He's 9,800. They dropped his price down. He has not faced the Mets this year. When he's pitching at home, he's got a 371, but it is a pitcher's park. I love what he brings to the table against this Mets team. Sonny Gray against his former team in Minnesota. Game log-wise, he really hasn't done much the past few games, both against Cincy and the Dodgers, so facing one of his teams, Minnesota. Overall, on the road, especially 5.43 ERA. So we would be looking at Minnesota bats here. Stacking Minnesota, depending on the lineup that comes out. Obviously, you always want to look at Royce Lewis. I love Royce Lewis. If he's healthy and in there, we've got to get him in our lineups. Against Sonny Gray, no one's really faced him, but Jose Miranda batting 338 with 7 bombs. Trevor Larnach batting 257 with 12 bombs against right-handed pitching. Willie Castro, 6 bombs, batting 254. I love that there. Matt Wallner batting 264 with 8 bombs. These are what we're looking at. These are the prices. The pitching, I'm probably off of Sonny Gray. Just the way he's been, I don't trust him. He's too priced up for me for this matchup for him. So I do love Minnesota as a stack there. And that's kind of other things. People have been asking us to change up how we do some of these things and the videos and whatnot. I can tell you right now, there are certain stacks that you just like on a certain day. For this main slate, I love Kansas City against Ranger Suarez. Ranger Suarez coming off the IL, had a back problem, has not pitched in a month, didn't do well since look at this. He has not done well recently. We look at splits. I don't trust him. He's very expensive. I would be looking at stacking Kansas City. So one of my favorite stacks on this main slate, Kansas City. Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino, Michael Garcia. Cheap option would be Michael Massey because if he gets on, Bobby Witt Jr. is behind him. So a lot of things when you're interconnecting a stack. So I love Kansas City stack today against Ranger Suarez. Okay. I love San Diego against David Peterson. So I would be looking at Jake Cronenworth. I would be looking at Jackson Merrill. I would be looking at Manny Machado. I would be looking at Jurickson Profar if I were to stack against David Peterson, which I'm not going to be looking at David Peterson. I'm not looking at the Mets bats, and I am not looking at Peterson. I'm looking at Michael King, and I'm looking at San Diego today. So another stack I would be looking at, obviously the Dodgers against Taj Bradley. Ohtani with a home run. I actually saw on Reddit last night, someone had a 6-game parlay, and every single bet had hit already coming into this Dodgers game. They needed the Dodgers to win by 1.5, and they needed Ohtani to hit a home run. And they turned, I think, $100 into $5,000. And I'm like, oh, they lost it. And then Ohtani goes ahead and puts them up by 4. They walk off grand slam, tied game, walk off grand slam, hit the home run, hit the money line, or hit the run line, and I was like, that's unbelievable. It came down to the last inning, which is wild. I'm still looking at stacking the Dodgers here against Taj Bradley. I would be looking at Ohtani, Betts, Freeman, Muncy. Probably not Freeman. Probably Muncy. Muncy, Betts, and Ohtani for sure. And then it really just depends on the lineup that comes up. Gavin Lux has been on fire. I would look at him. I would look at Will Smith as well. Another stack I would be looking at. You could always look at Philly against Brady Singer. If it'll load, it's kind of going slow. you never know what you're going to get out of Philly. And you see when he's pitching at home, he's actually been better. So this would be more of a contrarian pick. So Schwarber, okay. Schwarber would be one. Harper would be another one. Trey Turner, Real Muto. These ones I would look at. I don't love this stack as much. I kind of like Brady Singer. So overall, Ben Lively. We look at Ben Lively. He's down here 6,300. Game log wise, really hasn't done much lately. Splits, he's going up against Texas. He did get the win against Texas, but they've been hitting so well. Corey Seager's got to be in that list as well. So I would be looking at a Texas stack depending on the lineup that comes out. So Seager, you could look at Jonah Heim. You could look at Wyatt Langford if he's in there. You could look at Nate Lowe. But Seager's probably one of my favorite bats of the entire slate, if not my favorite bat. So just kind of looking at this before we finish up, the keyword of the day is soda or pop. Let me know whichever one you use. I would love to know where you guys use it. I usually say both. If I'm ever going to say, I'm like, go pick me up a pop is what I say. But let me know what you guys use. That is the keyword of the day. But just to kind of summarize this main slate so this video is not super long on a Saturday since I'm filming it a little bit later. Love Tariq Skubal. Absolutely love him. Love Michael King. I'm fading Sonny Gray at his price. I'm fading Ranger Suarez for sure. I love Brady Singer. So we look at Pablo Lopez. Splits-wise, I don't love his numbers. I would rather look at St. Louis bats, depending on the bats that are there. Brendan Donovan, Burleson, Nolan. You could look at Goldie a little bit too. I don't mind him. Singer, I love. Charlie Morton, old man Charlie, splits-wise, he's already faced them twice this year. Giving up 19 hits, 12 earned runs. Washington is one of my favorite, probably my second favorite stack on this slate. Depending on, the bats that are in this lineup, I don't love Charlie Morton, especially at 8,100. I'd rather look at Washington bats. So if we look at the bats that have had success against him, C.J. Abrams with 2 bombs. You got right-handed pitching against them. Luis Garcia batting 305 with 15 bombs. You've got James Wood batting 300 with 4 home runs. Alex Call batting 368 with a home run. Riley Adams has 2 bombs. Keibert Ruiz has 10. I am looking at these guys. I'm looking at a Washington stack. We got to wait for the lineup to come out. It's a little bit later today. But I am stacking against Charlie Morton. I do not trust him whatsoever. Kershaw for tournaments I'm okay with. But again, he hasn't been going deep into games, so I don't know if that means anything. I'm fading Bradley and going Dodgers as a stack. I'm fading Peterson and going San Diego as a stack. I don't mind Jake Irvin against Atlanta. Game log wise, he really hasn't done a ton. He's faced them twice this year. Done really well against them. And no one's talking about him today. 6,700 is what I would look at. He's perfect price. Stacking Texas against Lively. Stacking Cleveland against Gray. Jose Ramirez. Both Naylor brothers. I don't mind them at all. Steven Kwan, Andres Jimenez, I'm looking at them. Obviously, J-Ram is at the top of your list. And then Kai Bush, I don't love Detroit bats, but if I were to take Detroit bats against Kai Bush, probably would look at some sort of Matt Vierling, Riley Green, Parker Meadows if he's in there, Jace Young. I don't mind those guys. Jake Rogers, I don't mind them. I don't love it. There's just other games I'd rather play. But yeah, Tariq Skubal is probably my second favorite pitcher of the entire day. Blake Snell is my number 1 for the entire day. So that's what we've got. If you guys want to see the pitches be crazy, which are the top 5 bats, or the top 5 pitchers against the teams that strike out the most today, we've kind of discussed this in the video, but I'm going to have it in the Discord down below. So find the Discord link, click it, and go into our Discord. We have a bunch of channels there. Go check it out. We're very excited to bring that to you. We're also going to give you all of the 10 out of 10 matchup rating bats in there as well. So make sure to check that out. And let's have some fun today. It's a Saturday. Again, we've got baseball. We've got college football today. We've got NASCAR tonight. We've got MMA tonight. We've got a ton of sports. Wanted to bring it to you. So go check out FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. Again, if you're having trouble signing up, all you got to do, email me, dfshelp1@gmail.com, and we will get you on the right path. Good luck today. And as always, let's bring home some bacon. Peace.